Hi guys, here's Mark from E5HX in France, and a special hi to Six Shooter who follows this channel since a long time. Is on every single video I make, French, German, English. He's there and make a comment, and this is really something super nice. So we have here the Team Magic E5HX. This means already almost ready to run or something. This means you get here just a roller mounted together. You just have to put your electronic in, paint your body, and you can go to drive. The difference between this version and the RTR that I made, you have the E5 not HX who has a pickup body, has no rear wing, and also no rear wheelie bar. This truck is a truck you can get in brushed, but in brushed you have no differential. You hear me correctly, you have absolutely zero differential. You have 3 solid axles in the truck. That's a little bit a joke. It's okay in the sand, but nothing. You can drive it nowhere else than in sand or something sleepy. Then you have the version with front and rear differential. The Autres version from the E5HX has front and rear differential, but still no center diffs. I can only tell you, if you take the RTR, take the center diffs who goes in, because you will have some front or rear diff issue if you not put a center diff in the truck. Also, the RTR in brushless comes with a 36 60mm motor with 4400 kV. That's way too much. You have a good performance, it's clear. In 2S you have about 60 km an hour, means about 45 miles an hour. In 3S you have a really powerful truck, but you have heat issue, and you have a really small pinion on the motor because it's so high in kV. I preferred if T-Magic had put a 3000 or 3100, 200 kV, 3003, so you will have soft performance in 2S for kids, and in 3S interesting performance. And for those who want to drive faster, they can put a bigger pinion in. Here you cannot put a smaller pinion if you buy the RTR. That's why I prefer the almost ready to run. And the almost ready to run comes also with option. You have 70-75 shock towers. You have alloy body pin holder here. That's just optical thing. It's changed nothing on the performance or on the truck. You have alloy damper. However, the stock plastic damper from the RTR are good. You can take these shocks from the RTR or from the almost ready to run to put on an Armor 3S, so you will have real shocks. You have a cool wheelie bar. You can change the angle from the wheelie bar, but this wheelie bar is a little bit too stiff. This wheelie bar needs to be a little bit more soft, more flex, to take more hits, because you can, on big hits, on the smaller version here, the 110 scale, it's not a problem. The E6 with the more weight, the 1.8 scale have about 6 kilograms, about 12 or 30 pounds. It's too heavy for the wheelie bar, and you kill the wheelie bar. Here it's a little bit better because the truck is really lighter. You have on this version 14mm metal hex. The stock version has plastic hex, and I can only tell you, change this hex. What's cool is the T-Magic thing on everywhere. You can have 12mm hex, 14mm hex, and 70mm hex now in alloy or in black. And you can get the shock tower in alloy in black. You can have some other option here. T-Magic is a brand who love, in Taiwan they really love to put the truck in full alloy, and you can get all these alloy parts. You can have the A-arm, the upper arm, you can have the hubs, you can have the here the little holder from the bolt, and all the stuff in alloy. I think That part handler is okay, but I prefer to keep the plastic arms for the flex in case of crash. This truck is small. This truck is has a short wheelbase and have cool tires. I love these tires, really good quality, has a good grip. The only thing you have to keep in mind is that you can easily cut off the the side walls when you drive in too hard gravel, and if you go on a construction site or something, take care to not destroy the tires. You have a cool offset here, you have 40mm hex, how I said before. This is the same you can put here, because there's something I like. I hate the HPI bullet flux, it's a mess. This truck is a mess, and the price is getting higher and higher every time HPI goes down, and we buy it off. In the beginning the HPI bullet costs about, here in France, 220 euros for the Flux version. A cool looking truck, a cool body, super cool tires, but the rest of the truck is really a crap. And now he costs 480. It means 20% more than the older version, but it's still the same truck. It's nuts. For the price from the HPI Bullet Flux, you can get this one with all the option on, and put your own electronic with a big beef motor in. We're gonna take later about the motor choice for this truck, but the tires really looking cool from the HPI Flux. You can put here Louis tires. Louis make tires with 40mm hex, or you can buy 70mm hex Proline tires on something. Just keep in mind, if you put here a bigger tire, you have to go down on motor pinion. If the tires are heavier, you have to go down on the motor pinion, and if the tire has more grip, you have to go on a smaller motor pinion. So if you have the RTR version with the 9-tooth pinion gear, it's almost the smallest you can get, you can do nothing and you will overheat your motor. But with this one, because you can put the KV you want in this truck, you can do all that. The body looks really cool. I miss something from the 1/8 scale version, is the roof protection and the front protection here. Hope they will do something. Likely we will do something myself. You have also the optional stainless steel plates here, but there is a little issue with the rear. Even without these plates, many hits here the plastic. The plastic is not a big issue, it will crack off, but the steel plate here is grippy, so many rips off all 4 screws here and rips the back off. I will just easy cut in the way down, smooth from here to here, so I have a flat corner, no more such a beefy corner. I also will change these screws for bottom screws, because I had one already from that. I drive it and I really have here some marks on the screws, and then the top plate I really hit hard here the rear. From the structure is the same that the 1/8 scale. You have the bulkhead were lower than the center of the truck. That means this truck is really good on the way in off-road. It's not a truggy, it's more a muggy. It's also not a real monster truck. Monster truck had reduction gear and has a little bit more high center, but it's a cool mix between the two. You not need a reduction gear because he's light, but he's still heavy. I explain myself. This is a 1/8 scale truck, but you have the weight from a 1/8 scale buggy. This truck, when it's finished, weighs about 3.2 to 3.4 kilograms with 3S, or you can even put 4S in the truck. That means you have to keep in mind that the electronic has to be strong enough to make run a 1/8 scale buggy, a lightweight buggy like the Techno EB 84.3 or 4. So the issue is that you have not enough place to put a long can motor in. You have here the steering servo, and you have only 60 millimeters. You not can put a 70 or 74 millimeter motor in a 36 can. That would be a super cool choice. You has to put a 60 millimeter motor, so that's why I tell you go down to 3.3 to 2000 kV if you want to run 3S. Personally, I want to try 4S with a 2000 kV motor because I found one. I buy many motors. I buy 3 or 4 60 millimeter cans motor, and one of them, this is my favorite choice, is a 40-60 can motor, 40 millimeter 60 from Leopard with 2000 kV or 2004 or 500 kV. That means I can run 3S or 4S. 3S easy and 4S have clear. In 4S I will not have more performance than the 3S version, so many of you I know don't understand this, but it's because of the heat and the amp draw. If I drive a 2400 500 kV with 4S, I will have same performance than the 3S with 3000 3002 kV, but I will have way more drive time, less heat, and the truck will be better to drive. You will have a better handling because you have more under not more speed but more power. The motor has about 500 watts more than the 3S version. That's why. But this is something we're gonna test on the run. What's cool also, you have LED lights front and rear. That's something I miss on the 1H version from the T-Magic. That's really good done. It's really good protected. Never gonna break these lamps. In the front it's also better than on the 1H. On the 1H, the front from the body can cut the wires out. Here not. The receiver box is the receiver box on the 1H. It's overkill. It's the waterproof receiver box you can have. But why I put this one in there? I think that there's enough room in the chassis to put a smaller here, super easy receiver box. And doing that, T-Magic can put more weight in the rear, the differential, just a centimeter, so you would be able to put 70 to 74 millimeter motors in. It's something I hope to see on the second version from this truck. However, it works. It's super nice to drive. The weight is really good balanced in the middle of the chassis. The ESC has a real mount. I really love this. Many brands just put the ESC with a double-sided tape. I don't like this. We had all this issue that one moment or another the ESC popped off when it's just stuck in the back of the truck with double-sided tape. I really like this, like on the E1 from Traxxas, like on the HPA Savage Flux, on the Trophy Flux and so trucks. I really love this mount system for the ESC. You can put here filter in. That's overkill and not really useless, because a little gravel goes in the radiator from the ESC, and when you go on the roof, the little gravel go still through the fan, but they cannot go out, so they fall back in, and there is absolutely sure you will destroy your fan. So this is not useful to put here a filter in. It's also not useful to have this all this stuff here. I will the little holes are good, but the under parts I will cut it out, so I will have a real air on it. This truck is tough. The first version from this truck had issue with the output from the CVD, who breaks here on the axle from the 14mm hex. Under there is a little pin in, and on the pin, on the hole from the pin, they break, but they change it. They do something. This is no more the case here. From the price is also that you can get for the same price an 1H buggy. So it's really depending on what you love on look and what's your drive field. If you have room, take a buggy. If you will not have more room, if you love this little beast, the look of this little beast, take the little beast. Like every time by Team Magic, you get only one box for all versions. This is the box from the RTR, but you have here a little choice for the RRR. The R. You can have a green one, a blue one, and an orange one, and I'm sure that they will do also some other stuffs with the truck. The optional parts are a little bit price high, I think, really, by Team Magic. The optional parts are really high. But I had in the hand, and I have to say that these optional parts are really good, made from real 70-75 alloy and really looking cool. I would say you can have the shock tower in black or grey, you can have the underarms grey or black, the upper arms grey or black, or switch it, this is the upper arm, this is the underarm. You can have from them a short color. Oh, this is something I not like. You have here the on-off knob. It's a good idea, but all the gravel sent from the front tires goes on the knobs, and also if you hit hard from the side, you can destroy the knobs. I had already subscriber who had this issue, that's why I know it. Center diff is in there. This is the option for the RTR. You can have different color on the body holder. You have here already the lightweight center gearing. You can have machined bevel gears. Normally I get this in the truck here. That's why he's so heavy in the price. You can have optional roll bar. This car no roll bar. This is a monster truck, so if you not drive it on a track or not on the road, you don't need it. If you go on the road, I can tell you, put the Lewis tire on, or the new Prolines tires specially made for on road for these little trucks. Put the sway bar in and you will be happy. You can have the hubs, the locker from the balls here, all pinion choice, and also a fast system to put the LiPo in. It's a little bit overkill because this system is already perfect. 12, 14 and 70mm wheel hacks, and this is the absolutely overkill, the upper top plate in full aluminium from the back to the rear. No one has reported me to have break such a chassis by Team Magic, so I really not think it's useful. But I want to have your opinion. What thing did you think about the truck? If you prefer the RTR, if you not like it, if you like it, if you have one, what happens to you, what not happens to you, what would you change on the truck, what did you think is missing, or did you simply think this is a perfect little beast? I really love this little beast. It's really way better than the HPI Savage Flux XS. It's also way better than the Traxxas Stampede. It's way better than also the I know many people will not like what I'm gonna tell yet, but it's better than the Armor Granite. It's not the same price class. If you take the Armor Granite, you have to compare it to the E5 RTR. The Armor has the better motor choice than Team Magic, but Team Magic had the better shocks. Handling was maybe, I drive both, so I think it's similar, because the Team Magic is a little bit heavier. It's better to drive in off-road than the Granite, but the Granite flies better. So it's on you to choose what you want. I prefer the Team Magic also because of the steel transmission. This truck has a real transmission. I miss on the RTR the center diff. So that's something you have to keep in mind. If you buy the RTR, take the price more from the center diff to compare it to the Armor. I had no issue with TVDs on my truck earlier. I had no issue with the diffs because I drive all my E5 with center diffs. I had almost one or two. I never take the full option, now I have the opportunity, thanks high distribution, thanks Team Magic, to get one. So I will try to put my 40mm motor in there. I cannot tell if it's really gonna fit, if I had the room to put it down, because here you have a wire way. That's something I like by Team Magic. The wiring is really cool made. You have here the wire for the front, you have the wire for the servo, you have the wire access for a fan, and all these three cables goes here under there to the receiver box. ESC is clear, is immediately in the receiver box, so you have no wire looking out here. It's clean, it's cool, and I'm gonna see if I can put the 40mm motor in without to have to put away this wire lay down. If it's gonna fit with the motor pinion, but it's low carry, it's 2500, so I guess I can put a 30 or 40mm pinion gear, mesh gear in there. We'll see. And we will see what it will have with performance and heat and all the stuff. Bye guys, see you soon, because I have 6 Team Magic cars here to review for you. I will make all review in English. And when I drive it, I also will make a little end review for some cars. You only will get for the moment 5, because I had the Team Magic E5HX TR, but a subscriber, because I get a special price from the distributor to get these 6 cars. And you know me, when I get 10, 20, 30%, you get 10, 20, 40%. So one guy buy the E5HX for his birthday, so you're not gonna see the review, you're not gonna see it drive, but I have the VGen, so I can tell you on the VGen what is with the RTR version from the HX 4S and 6S. I can only tell, if you want a HX, in US you can get to with the brand Red Cat. Don't take the 4S. The 4S has no center diff, and the motor has too much kV. It's not powerful enough to can do it, but you will have heat issue and high amp draw with the 4S. The 6S has a center diff and has a lower kV motor. It's way better. Even if you only drive it 4S, take the 6S and take care you get the 6S with 2 different tire mount tire. You have the 6S with the 4S tires. That's bad, because the tire absolutely balloon big. You will not be happy with. Take the version with the BES tires. But all this will come in the VGen unboxing, not unboxing, presentation, or blah blah, or what you want. And I hope that my English is so good now that everyone can understand me easy. And who's from you for still not happy that a French guy talk with a strange German English accent? Don't look the videos and leave us alone. Bye guys.